Alright, it's about that time for gaming news. We're gonna try to run through this quickly. Ain't really a whole lot of crazy shit. You gotta stop cussing so early. Forgive me. I gotta remember, we gotta wait 30 seconds or something. But there's not like a lot of crazy stuff like there was last time. So we don't need to waste too much time. Ubisoft is up first. Good news, depending on who you are. I've talked about this a couple other times. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is the official name of the Black Flag remake for anybody who liked Assassin's Creed 4, which I am one. This may excite you. It may not. This game is going to have an official reveal April 23rd. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is perfect for me because I can do a reaction video. So be on the lookout for that. But there's not too much to say. If you like Black Flag, you might want to get this. Now, the thing is, though, is it going to be full priced? We don't really know. Ubisoft, they've been having a kind of a rough patch for, if I had to put a number on it, 9 years or something. And it's not Assassin's Creed that's typically the issue. It's everything else. So we'll see what happens with this. I am looking out for this, but there is another pirate game that I'm going to tell you guys about at the end of this video, I believe. Also, I did a reaction video to that as well. I recorded like 3 trailer reaction videos, and I have some more to do, so do be on the lookout for those. Y'all are ugly as shit. All right, next. Who do we have next on the agenda? Ooh, I reacted to this today. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 has officially been announced for PC and consoles. The first trailer did go out if you want to see that, or you can wait for my actual video that I'm going to put out very, very soon. So, here we go. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 was technically already revealed by Bandai Namco earlier this year as what was previously called Age 1000. That title now serves as the name of the new world in which the game is set, with the trailer showing off some of what it has to offer. As revealed in the announcement trailer for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, players will get to explore and uncover exciting new stories in West City, the vibrant new world set in Age 1000, and the official description said, guided into the ranks of great Saiyan squads, you'll fight alongside allies as events there begin to take. Thank God, bro. Thank God. One of the biggest criticisms about the anime games is that, like, they don't really push for creativity in terms of telling new stories, or it's just like, when I play Dragon Ball games, they just retold the story every time. So while Xenoverse 3 hasn't been here for 10 years, or Xenoverse has been gone for 10 years, there still was what? Fighters, Spark and Zero, and was there another one? Bro, I don't even remember. But I would really love to see new stories. It doesn't take precedent over the actual anime itself. So I want to see more of this, because a lot of the gameplay across their games for that studio play the same. I watched this trailer. It did look really good, though. But me as a Dragon Ball casual, I didn't know what I was looking at. That's why I had to read a little bit more about it. But when you get some time, either wait for my reaction or look at this as well. I don't think we got an official release date yet. But, like I said, the last one was 2016, dude. It's insane. Moving on. Any Metro fans in the building? Metro 2039. I did not see this yet, so I'm going to look at this trailer later. They put out a trailer for this. I know Metro's not the biggest game in the world, but it does have a nice, solid fan base. The last Metro I played, I did not play the previous one. I did play Metro Last Light. Actually, that was one of my first walkthroughs I believe I did on this channel all the way back in 2013, bros. Oh my God. So this is a follow-up to the Metro series. It promises to be another departure from most FPS titles, foregoing any multiplayer elements in favor of a single-player story with greater depth. Metro 2039 may be the biggest shift in the FPS formula yet, with a darker theme. Metro's always been pretty dark, though. I never played a game where your bullets were currency. So you can save them, to buy things, or you could actually use them to kill people. I never played something like that. The release date window for Metro 2039 is winter 2026. Let me tell you something. Coming out of the fourth quarter this year is a dangerous move. And y'all know why. Thanos is coming. And seriously, I don't know why anybody would want to do this to themselves. I feel like, yeah, everybody just need to take a couple months off. Work on y'all games, optimize y'all games, fix bugs. And then once that settles down, then you come with these. Because I don't know about this. Anyway, we're going to get a look at this trailer when we get some time. But this is courtesy of Comic Book. Moving on. Oh, all kind of movies and shit. All kind of game of movies. I don't know what happened. And we went from video game movies being garbage and not getting very many of them. Every time I turn around, there's a video game movie or TV show, anime, or just whatever being developed. To the point where it was a Monster Hunter, all types, just Assassin's Creed, just ass. Some of them are very good though. There are some really great animated video game shows, as well as there's good video game movies. So now, well, shout out to Sonic, Witcher, first Mario. I like the second one too, but first Mario more because it was the first of its kind. I mean, it was the first of the series. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, they have the full cast for what is a Elden Ring. A release date you're looking at March 3rd, 2028. 2 years away. Here are some of the names that are going to be in the film. Here, this may or may not excite you. I don't even know how this is going to play over. Now, seeing some of the great things and some of the ways they've adapted shows and movies from video games, I do think there's a space to do it, but you have to really, really commit to the lore. A lot of times, people not really fully commit to it, and when you don't do it, it ain't Ninja Turtles, that's ass. So that's one video game movie. Another one, shout out to Jack. Oh, hey! Jacksepticeye. Yo! Netanyahu, get out my face, bro. Okay, you know what? They just, I can't even, just don't. All right. He is helping produce a Bloodborne movie. Now, Sony, I know the fan base, I never played Bloodborne. I'm dodging Bloodborne like the plague, bros. But the fans have been asking for a Bloodborne remake forever. I already reported that they've pitched it 10 times. They were declines. It's probably never going to happen. But they could give you movies, and that's the most disappointing thing sometimes. Is we ask for games and sequels to games that have been dormant. They won't do that shit. But they give you a movie or a TV show you ain't asked for. Bloodborne, Jacksepticeye. This is going to be animated, and this is the big thing. It's going to be rated R. Also being produced by PlayStation Productions, Lyrical Animation, and here we go. We don't know much about the film, but Bloodborne is now 11 years old. Man, it's really crazy to sit back and think about how many great things were so long ago now. You know what I mean? Like we just talked about not Metro. We just talked about Xenoverse, and we just talked about Black Flag, and now Bloodborne. These are all at the beginning of the last gen. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, shout out to Jack. Jack is a cool guy. I'm a fan. All right, another movie, Metal Gear Solid movie in the works from the Final Destination Bloodline directors. Not much to say about it in terms of what the movie is. It's Metal Gear, but this will be the first movie in the Metal Gear franchise. I don't know how I feel about this. Kojima is not a part of this process. They had my man, they demoted him. They had him working on video games in a boiler room because they. So he ended up leaving and opened up his own studio. I'm still waiting on his goddamn OD game from Xbox. Where's that at, Kojima? I'd love it. Yeah, I know I played both Death Stranding games, so I'm a huge Kojima fan. But anyway, get back to Metal Gear. We'll see what happens with this. I'm not holding my breath. All right. I think this is not going to... Let's just wait until we see what it is. But Another movie, guys. Call of Duty. The release date for the Call of Duty movies is set to hit theaters June 30th, 2028. We're still over 2 years out from this. This is going to be from Paramount. So they're going to have a nice budget behind it, but that is how many movie games we just announced. 4? Very interesting. We don't really know. Why is his name Oscar Isaacs? Okay, anyway. Yeah, we don't know much about this. Some of these, when I do some of the news, I realize that not everything really requires a full conversation. It could be some stuff that it's just like, these are like quick shot things, just kind of let y'all know what's going on. We can move on. Let's go ahead and move this over. Now, well, that's fine. So since we're already talking about Call of Duty, it's only natural that I'm going to report that this is a rumor, because some of you motherfuckers don't listen. You don't. Anyway, this is courtesy of Windows Central's Jazz Corden. The rumor is that Microsoft is considering taking Call of Duty out of Game Pass as a day one release. Now, you know what? You see what happened once Call of Duty was added to Game Pass. You see what happened to those prices. We really got to start understanding that what they was offering and what we were paying, that was never going to stay like that. When it comes to subscriptions, all subscriptions model, be it Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, Paramount Plus, Peacock, Fubo, Slingshot, Game Pass, whatever you talking about. The idea is that they bring you in on a low price, commit you, and then slowly raise the price over time. It's the same formula every time. It is never a favor to us because eventually they're going to, I think, at least double the price, which is what Game Pass has done, which is what I think Netflix is getting there if they're not already. And this is what happens. Think about this shit. We don't even know how much we're paying after a while because once you start on a subscription service, you don't even think about it. It comes out of your account, you don't even think about it. Like, you very rarely pay attention to the emails when they tell you the price is going up. So I don't even know. I don't know how much Peacock is. I don't know how much Netflix is. I don't know how much I'm paying for a Disney bundle. I don't know. But I knew how much I was motherfucking paying for Game Pass. I understand when Game Pass first started, it was just this nice service. I promoted it back in 2016 for years. But as they started adding all these first-party games day one, it became very apparent that this was not going to be something that a trillion dollar company was going to be able to just continue. They're not in the business of giving people freebies, man. Okay? So, one game seemingly raised the price of Game Pass. So after they added the entire Bethesda bundle, a lot of Activision games. Come on, man. You knew this was happening. So, I'm not surprised by this. And the funny thing about it, there are people who have Game Pass and only play Call of Duty. So you never own the game. You're paying $360 for a $70 game that you never own. I mean, come on. Anyway, I'm not surprised by this. We spent years buying Call of Duty outright. It was on Game Pass, for 2 games or 1 game? I think we could go back to it. Since we're talking about Xbox here, new Xbox chief says Game Pass has become too expensive. Now, when I said it, when some of y'all said it, some people always reply to somebody saying that they think the cost of something is too high. It has nothing to do with whether or not they can afford it. It's the idea that the cost is too high. People on the internet immediately starts resorting to, oh, you broke. Oh, I'm broke because I don't want to spend $900 on PlayStation Pro. You got it, bro. I'm broke because I don't want to spend $360 on Game Pass when I don't play $360 worth of games on that service. I canceled my Game Pass last year after being a Game Pass customer since the first month of the service. Once it became $30 a month, I'm not going to get my return on that. There's no reason. So any Xbox games that I want, and there's a lot of them, I just buy the whole game. 67, whatever. Because it's not going to add up to 360. And I'm going to own the games. She knows it's too expensive. She just said it. It's not about how much value is on the service. It's about how much you're going to access. Everybody has limited time for games. Everybody got games so amazing, them bitches just going to sit forever. You probably never going to get to play them. You have no idea what's in my backlog right now. Now that I've added like 4 more games, it's absurd. So your time is limited. You can't possibly play everything that Game Pass has to offer. So anyway, short term, Game Pass has become too expensive for players, so we need a better value equation. Long term, we will evolve Game Pass into a more flexible system, which will take time to test and learn around. There were thoughts put out there about a first party only tier. There were thoughts about no first party at all. There's thoughts about ads. So at $30 a month, I'm sure they had some people cancel. I'm sure they had some people who like there's not a lot of, I can't imagine at a price like that more like you get huge growth with new subscribers. You already were having a hard time with that before it was this high. I can't imagine at this cost people are doing that. This is very expensive. So she's saying all the right things, but I don't know if I believe corporations because they tell us one thing and they do another. So hopefully what she's saying she's going to stand on, but $30 a month is certainly too expensive for Game Pass. And I don't think there's going to be a time where that's ever going to be a good price that people want to pay to play games every month. Especially when you look at the list of the most played video games, most of them are live service. Most of them people buy and they play for years. So a service like this, where there's a bunch of games, appeals more to hardcore gamers, but those people already buy a lot of games as it is. Just a thought. Ooh, I didn't know this. This game is excellent, by the way. Pragmata. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not even just thinking about playing it. Moving on. Oh, all right. Now we are in the extraction shooter segment of the news. I told you guys know, y'all in the know. Every generation, there's 1 to 3 genres that take off and everybody copies. FPS games, roguelikes, Souls games, extraction shooters, battle royales, so on and so forth. Y'all know where this is going. So we are in the era of extraction shooters, and you're going to know quickly how much of that era we're in once Call of Duty decides to take Warzone, make that the second child, and then work on extraction shooter mode. We'll see. Anyhow, Epic, we reported they had to let go of 1,000 people in the last news segment. This time around, Epic and Disney are reportedly teaming up for a Arc Raiders-like extraction shooter. The outlet claims the new game will feature various characters from Disney franchises battling it out until they reach an extraction point. This could work because they can get people who are accustomed to the Fortnite experience to get on a game like this. Not only that, I imagine, I don't even know how, I'm just trying to think about what kind of skins they're going to sell. Don't even need to get into that. I just want to throw that out there though. But this is supposedly happening. There's not much other information about it. We'll see. Moving on. Another extraction shooter be called Fragmentary Order. It's supposed to be a blend between Tarkov, Marathon, and I thought it said Space, unless I'm bugging out. I don't know much about this at all, but this is another one that they're working on. So be on the lookout for more information about that as of April 13th, 2026. Another extraction shooter, an attempt at an extraction shooter, they got their motherfucking ass whooped. The Cube. Save Us is shutting down. I never even heard of this game. All right. I don't know if you heard it, if you played it. I never heard of it. A post-apocalyptic extraction shooter developed by XL Games, which just 3 weeks after its launch has announced it's shutting down. How many times I gotta tell y'all boys about playing in the live service arena, man? In order for somebody to come in, one of them games got to fall. So who willing to deal with that shit? The finite amount of players, and the big dogs is out there. So unless you're willing to go in there and get Call of Duty up out of there or some shit, this is the results you're going to get. Plus, I seen something about Marathon having a $200 million budget. Y'all can keep playing. We're almost done. We're kind of moving quickly. Excuse me. Amazon Luna cloud gaming service is ending support for game purchases. I didn't even know people still did. I've been thought this went the way of Google Stadia. I mean, people thought Stadia was that shit was as relevant as 3D gaming monitors and gaming VR. Gaming VR is more relevant than cloud gaming as far as Amazon Luna and Google Stadia is concerned. Anyhow, Amazon made major cuts to the gaming division back in October because it was trying to compete with Steam. It didn't work out. So even with the restructuring, it got even worse. Luna will no longer allow users to purchase games from third-party game stores like EA, Ubisoft, and GOG. The service is also discontinuing its sale of Ubisoft Plus and Jackbox game subscriptions. Previously purchased third-party games will be streamable for Luna users until June of this year, and then they will be removed. Cloud gaming, I never want to be the core of gaming. In addition to gaming, sure, fine, whatever. But that being what gaming is, because that's what people think we're going to get to, like, they make it sound like it's going to be soon. If that happens, it'll be a long time from now. I don't want this shit because of this. Because of this. Also a law in California where companies, they're pushing to make them keep their servers on. More on that when I get the actual specifics on that, but it's just on my mind as we go through this news. That's amazing. Because when you take a company like 2K, and you only have the servers that you're on for 2 years before they turn them off. So I think the 2K24 servers may be turned off, or they're going to be turned off soon. Anyway, moving on. I thought this was hilarious, bro. Counter-Strike 2 Player Banned. We're going to watch this as a family. A Counter-Strike tournament has slapped a player with a 10-year ban after he punched his opponent live on stage at a local German LAN event. Now, for the amount of people that talk crazy on the internet, you very rarely see somebody get punched in their face. You can tell a lot of people never been punched in the face by they talk on the internet. But right here, I'm not saying it's okay to punch people in the face at LAN events. I'm just saying, I'm surprised there hasn't been more of this. People talk crazy on the internet, man. All right, let's see. Let's look at this. Y'all want to look at the punch? Bye. Oh shit, I got headphones and they ain't even plugged in. Hold on, boys. Am I good? Can I hear?
Die Legendenlobby!
Quality ad. They all look like they play CSGO. Boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, gamers have a look, bro. And it's funny as shit. Competitive gamers. Ooh.
Sie stellen sich auf.
Ooh. Yo. He knocked his glasses off. Look, y'all ain't even seeing it. I need one of those little markers so I could do like play-by-play shit. The dude with the glasses right here in the front. Next to the guy with the white t-shirt to the left of him. Y'all can't see my mouse. He about to get the shit slapped out of it.
Sie stellen sich auf.
I am. So y'all gonna let y'all supposed to be teammates. Y'all gonna let him slap him in the face? Y'all gonna let him slap dude in the face? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing? He slapped the dog shit out of him. Boy, this is like hey man, Will Smith, he smacked him and just went and accepted awards. Look at this shit. Bam!
Nee, geh ruhig mal.
what? Okay, so this says the video showing the reason behind the punt.
Soll ich machen?
Nein. Let's have him.
Krieg nicht.
Ich bin mit. Überleb einfach. Du musst überleben.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to understand what's going on, but yeah. Oh, so he's 30. You banned till you 40 years old, my guy. Oh, it's over with. It's over with. Moving on. Windrose. This was the game I was talking about earlier. This is supposed to be a real pirate kind of competitor to what would have been Skull and Bones. And it's doing very well. They sold a million copies in less than a week, and it's in early access. I did a reaction video to this, so this was the first time I heard about it as well. It's just I seen an article that said the quadruple A Assassin's Creed competitor. I was like, whoa, and I looked at it. The game actually does look pretty good. It does look like a game that you play on PC on Steam, and I can see why people play it, especially with Steam's huge install base. If you get some time, maybe check that out. But they did get a whopping 200,000 current players on Steam at its peak, which is pretty good. So the game does look solid, and yeah, shout out to them for that. It definitely, I saw ship battles. I saw them. It looked like the Black Flag ship battles with all the cannons and everything, and then you board in the ship and have a melee combat. But not only that, you get off and you can fight animals and pirates and entities and all kind of stuff that seems to have been missing from an Assassin's Creed experience. This game has that. Plus, there's a lot of inventory management and different items. You can cook food for temporary stat buffs, all kind of stuff. So it felt more RPG-ish or action RPG-ish than what people are used to. And I do think, and like I said when I did my reaction, that there is a space for this game. So hopefully this is enough for them to keep working on the content. Lastly, video game release dates coming up soon. What do we have here? We have, sorry guys, I did not do my job. Let's see what we have. We are already in May or April. Can you believe it? Almost May. So this game is excellent. This game is pretty good. Mouse for PI for hire. Coming up, Kiln. This was that game with the pots that I looked at when we looked at the Xbox reveal. So I think I'm gonna try to play this with the homies because I look fun. Other than that, I'm not really seeing too much. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I thought I saw something about that. Do y'all want to look at that real quick? Let's take a look at this. Saros and Invincible Versus do come out on the same day on the 30th to end the month off. Let me just take a look at this real quick if y'all wouldn't mind. Okay. 2D melee game. Beat 'em up. Guys, appreciate you guys for watching. I will holler at y'all in the next news video. Do comment below. We can have a little discussion. I'm going to be replying with some voice messages, but don't be an asshole. Bye.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn